now to the most important part of every show. Today's guests are with Summer Heat of Towns County. Y'all came last year at this time, and it's Steve Finio and Jeff Perot with Summer Heat of Towns County. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having us.
Now, we're here today because y'all are having the First Responders Appreciation Day, June 28th. What do we got? Just 11 days, rain or shine, from 10 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. Big move this year. Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, free admission, optional $5 wristband for unlimited kids games, dunk tank, and BB gun shoot. Remind me to wear goggles that day. Guns and Hoses kickball tournament. We don't have that this year. I actually enjoyed it, but I understand it was hard not putting it together for this year. The special guests will be Elvis will be there, Roy Perrin. I think most folks are familiar with him if they've lived here.
He always puts on a great show.
Any amount of time. And local bands, Switchback, Quick Brown Fox, and this last one, I can't believe they're bringing them back.
Yeah,
Struck by Lightning.
Yeah, really, they got a lot of nerve bringing them, you know. They just can't get rid of them. You know?
Activities, food and craft vendors, classic cars, kids games, face painting, bounce house, and the list goes on. First off, gentlemen, for those who they must be living under a rock because y'all do an excellent job getting your message out there. For those who are unfamiliar with Summer Heat of Towns County, what or who are y'all?
Summer Heat of Towns County started about 3 years ago by our president, Wayne Fiorito. What we do is we supply limited financial assistance to first responders. That includes law enforcement officers, EMS, EOC people, be they full-time, part-time, or volunteers who are in good standing. If they get sick or injured on or off the job and they need some financial assistance to keep them going until they can get back to work, that's what we're there for. With the great generosity of this community, we've had now over 8 recipients that help them get through. They can sometimes run out of resources while they're getting over their illness or injury, and we want to make sure that they keep their cars, that their kids can get the clothing they need and supplies for schools, whatever it takes to keep them on their feet, keep them going until they can get back on the job.
All right. The one that got me that you had of a list here: Towns County Sheriff's Office, City of Hiawassee Police Department, Young Harris College Police Department, Towns County Fire Department, Towns County EMS, and the one that I always forget: Towns County 911
Dispatchers.
Very important.
Yeah, very, very.
They do a wonderful job. I mean, incredible.
Yep. I'm having used them recently. I would agree. Y'all are a nonprofit 501c3.
Yes, sir.
So if folks decide to support y'all, and I sure encourage them to, donations are tax deductible.
Yes,
as
they
a
are.
501c3.
That's
so
correct.
that's y'all obtain that and have continued to maintain that. Why do y'all hold this event every year for our first responders?
It's just something that it was a brainchild of Wayne that we did 3 years ago, and we just want to serve the folks who serve us. You know, it's something God has called him to do, and we've just jumped on board with him and just love doing it and being part of the community. Because without the community supporting us and our sponsors, we couldn't do this, and we're just so happy that people have stepped on board.
Speaking of Wayne, I tried to get Wayne on this year, but Wayne is a big sissy.
Yeah.
I could not get him on. I don't know if it's the radio aspect or the video aspect, but I browbeat Wayne. On the other hand, I can never pronounce his last name.
That's the most fun of the whole show.
When Jeff said it, I thought, man, I wish I could say it that way.
One of the issues with having Wayne here is we have to bring a translator. He's from New York City.
Yeah, he's one of those New York people, you know.
He uses words that we don't recognize.
I'm from there, and I still don't understand them. You know?
No, y'all have all, including Wayne, done an awesome job helping our
Thank you.
first responders. let's talk about if someone is thinking of going, where can they find information about the event?
Okay, we do have a Facebook site. It's called Summer Heat of Towns County, where it'll be on there. We also have an email, which is summerheatoftownscounty@yahoo.com. And if you need to contact Wayne, he's offered his phone number at 772-480-0360. And any information that's needed.
All right. Folks, if you're out one night and you've been drinking and you just want to have some fun, call Wayne and harass him. Tell him to be on the radio show next time. That number again is 772-480-0360. Call Wayne. Tell him to step it up and come on the radio
Absolutely.
I
show.
think maybe we should do a fundraiser, and people can bid to make sure he comes here next year. I'm willing.
I
I'm willing
would
to put up some money
contribute.
to make him come.
I would contribute to that. That might
I
embarrass
might
him.
even so myself.
That would embarrass him a little. Now, the opening, let's go to the event. It's the third annual Towns County First Responders Day at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds Village, June 28th from 10 to 4 p.m. Free admission. Now, last year, well, the last 2 years for that matter, y'all have been in the big field next to the rec center just off Mining Gap,
On Foster Park, yes. Mm-hmm.
Foster Park. Why the move this year?
Well, it was so expanded and we were so stretched out, and we were baking in the sun. Now I thank the opportunity to be able to use that facility, but we thought about it and we had a suggestion. Why don't we try the village at the fairgrounds, where it's cool, it's shaded, it's closer together, and we talked to Hilda. We were able to secure that spot, and that's how we're going to do it this year.
Praise the Lord. I worked one of your booths, one of the games. You have so many different games for kids. It's a great family event. If y'all have young kids, I definitely recommend it. But I manned one of your booths. I can't remember. I think it was the fishing booth, or maybe it was the dart booth. I can't remember which booth, and the kids would come up and play. But we were in that open field, and I remember thinking, Summer Heat of Towns County. Yeah, your name nailed it. Oh my gosh, was it hot last year. When Wayne told me that y'all are moving it over to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, I was like, thank you, Lord.
Yes. And it's wonderful too, because they have the RV park there. So all the holiday people will be there. And it's all close and compact.
Very good, very good. Folks, today's guests are Jeff Burrow and Steve Finio with Summer Heat of Towns County, and we'll be right back after these commercial messages. Thank y'all. Again, folks, First Responders Appreciation Day, June 28th, rain or shine, 10 to 4 at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, free admission. There will not be a kickball tournament like in years past between law enforcement and firefighters. And off the air, we were talking, I get it. The field is a long way from the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. And to ask people to drive there and then drive back, I understand why we had to let that one go. It was fun, though. But I am happy, having worked your booth last year. It was so hot. The Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds and all those beautiful trees and shade is going to be awesome.
I love shade.
Yeah, yes, I do. I do too. Now, besides this event, we'll get into more detail. You have a raffle going on right now.
Right, we have a raffle, and the drawing will be on the afternoon of the festival. We have a custom set up AR rifle in 223 with a red dot and a tripod, as well as a Glock 380 pistol with a holster and a cleaning kit and everything. We've only going to sell 300 tickets, so your odds are very good to win. Now, how it works is if you are the first one drawn, then you get to choose which one you want, and then we draw again for the remainder one. So it's a great deal for only $20 a ticket. You have close odds of winning a very beautiful custom made.
And I believe a lesson comes with that too.
Yes, and also with that, with both, will come lessons from the armor and the firearms instructors, so that you can, if you've never owned a rifle before, They'll teach you everything about it. If you are a shooter, they'll tune you up and get you even better. So that comes included with it. We will also, for the kids, we have a bounce house, we have face painting, and then we have, with an NRA instructor, we have a BB gun competition. And anyone can come in. You'll be shooting against a law enforcement officer. So we want to get all
when
our
you
shooters
say
out there
shooting
have fun.
against,
Not shooting
you
at.
mean competing with.
Right.
Okay, in the age we currently live,
That's
when you
true. It's
we-
all in fun. It's very safe.
Very
We
good.
do a really good job. Our NRA instructor is top notch.
I
Works out very well for us. So there's a lot of things for the kids to do. The fire department will be there with fire trucks as well as an educational trailer about fire safety and all the rest. And we have a bunch of classic and custom and muscle cars coming in for
Yeah,
display.
we have the Camaro Club will
We
be
have
there.
Yep. So there's a lot of things to do, a lot of fun. It's going to be nice and cool. We got a lot of food vendors coming in, really good food.
We have craft vendors too.
Craft vendors. We have a lot of good stuff. This is really where it's important that we recognize the community. Okay.
Sure.
We have our first responders, which are our recipients, and then of course there's Summer Heat, which is the vehicle that provides them with the assistance. But it's really the community that makes this work. Their generosity, their support for their first responders is the antithesis of this whole thing.
Now, the fire department will have an educational trailer there.
Yes, they seem to bring that every year, and the kids can walk through it and see what it's like to escape God forbid a fire comes. And
It's educational.
yes, absolutely.
Yet another reason, folks, if you have young children, I sure hope, one, you can't beat the price. Free's pretty good. And two, educational. Towns County Sheriff will be deputizing kids.
Yes.
Yep,
I hope just for the day. I'm hoping just for the day.
it's lifetime.
Once you take that oath of office,
That's it. You can't give it
that
back.
you support the Constitution of the United States and that of Georgia, and that you're an honorable and these words, that goes for a lifetime.
But we got a couple of exciting things I got to tell you about. That we're going to have the mayor, Chastain from Hiawassee. We have a thing called Kiss the Pig.
Now, you need to clarify that when
Okay.
you say we've got the mayor and it's called Kiss the Pig. You
Okay,
may
it's not the mayor. The mayor will kiss the pig.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Junior. But anyway, yeah, somebody's going to be bringing a pig, and we're looking for donations. How much money we can get for the mayor to actually kiss that pig, and he's
This is not
willing
just
to
any
do
pig.
so.
I hear this thing goes in about 300 pounds of pig.
This pig. It's a pig. It's a pig. We also got our dunk tank back. We call it Daddy's dunk tank because last year, well, first of all, we had the commissioner who's again volunteered to be the dunker, and the way we're working is the first 3 balls will be auctioned off to the highest bidder.
Right.
Okay, but we also, a lot of the dads, and the kids like to do that to their dads, they can also have their fathers come up in the dunk tank and get dunked too if they like.
Fortunately, my sons do not live locally,
Yeah.
so I will not be
Well,
participating.
Mine
for
too.
a reasonable donation, we will act as proxies for them.
I will say this, though. Had I thought it through, last year that would have been what I would have signed up for. It
Yeah,
would
you
have
would've liked
probably
that.
been cooler.
Yes, that would have been very refreshing. And we got Santa Claus is back. He's on break from the North Pole, so he's going to be here, and we have our summer Santa Claus, so he will be here. He's always here in the wintertime at the fairgrounds.
Sure.
So he'll be here this summer, and to greet the kids.
I am so happy for him that it is at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds this year, too.
Now
And if
it's in the village, so
Right.
they have to. Everybody would know that when they come in, they go right down into the village, right on Main Street.
If anybody was here for the parade last year, the Towns County Hillbillies, the Beverly Hillbillies of
absolutely.
Towns County, will be appearing live and in person.
The
Granny,
award-winning.
Shed, Clampett, Jethro,
Yep.
Ellie Mae.
Yep.
They'll all be there to meet the kids and everybody.
Now, let's see. Civil Air Patrol Color Guard will open down Main Street of the village. Mark Henderson from Switchback will sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Yes.
Okay. What bands? Let's go back
Okay,
over.
let's-
If you don't have kids, come anyhow, because they're going to have, well, one of the bands in particular I'm not real sure about, but most of the bands are pretty good.
Yeah, we're so excited and so thankful for our local groups to want to support. You know, we have Switchback, which is, these are all great groups that are all around. So most people will know these names, you know. And then we got Quick Brown Fox, and Joe Kilpatrick of Quick Brown Fox was a law enforcement officer and retired. You know, so we also have Struck by Lightning too. I think I know these guys. You know, and.
Could be because
And we got Elvis to close the show. And the cool thing about this too is, like, we did the ball back in November. Were you at the ball, Rick? Did you go to?
Yes, I was.
And
Yes.
at the end, we had Elvis came up with "Struck by Lightning," and we did a couple of songs. So we're planning on doing that to close the show.
That was at the Ridges.
Yes, sir.
Last year.
Yep.
Are y'all? Do you know if you're planning to do that again?
We're planning. Yes, absolutely.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
That what month is that? I don't.
In November.
In November.
First week in November, I believe.
Yeah, that is a really nice dinner put on that y'all can come have a great meal, some great entertainment, and still, again, help our first responders. Let's see.
We got Axe Daddy, yeah.
What is Axe Daddy?
Okay, Axe Daddy, who's also just became a Towns County fireman. He has that axe event where he goes to different fairs and you can throw the axes and all that stuff. And he was there last year.
I am glad that emergency medical services are close by.
Yes.
I'll just say, if we're having axe,
Well, there won't be any axe catchers. There'll only be axe throwers.
no one decides I want to catch an axe, but stuff happens sometime.
And so there'll be plenty of food. There'll
Yes.
also be crafts vendors. So we're going to have a bunch of people there with crafts for sale, and we are working really hard. We know it's tough these days. You know, bring your family to an event. The cost can be very prohibitive. So we've asked. We waived all our fees to our food vendors
Oh,
and
nice.
others so that they could keep the price down so reasonable. So you can get a chicken slider sandwich, chips, and a Coke for $5.
Wow.
That's tough these days.
Again, family friendly.
Right.
Yeah, first class, gentlemen, first class.
We also have that 50-50 too. I don't know if we mentioned that. That will be out throughout the day. We'll be taking tickets on that, and we'll get to split that 50-50.
Folks, the event is the First Responders Appreciation Day, June 28th, rain or shine, from 10 to 4 at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. I sure hope you can come. Great family event. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Rick.